Xebec walked into Marygeoise, declared war on the world government, met with Imu-sama face to face, and walked out alive after killing an admiral and destroying the gates of justice. No devil fruit shown yet, just pure, unfiltered Haki. This man is not just a pirate, he's the final boss. And in One Piece chapter 1155, his legend only grows. Welcome to Super Synth D Studio, where the final saga of One Piece hits different. If you're ready for real spoilers, raw theories, and hype that slaps harder than Conqueror's Haki, you're in the right place. The spoilers just dropped, and they're absolutely insane. One Piece chapter 1155 is titled Rock's Pirates. This chapter is featured on the cover of Weekly Shonen Jump and includes a full-color spread. In it, Oda draws the Straw Hat crew walking on ladders above the rooftops of a city. The story continues right where we left off, with the meeting between Rox and Loki. Xebec asks Loki two questions. Is this place really Elbaf? And is Harald here? Loki confirms it is Elbaf, but explains that Harald is away on a voyage. He then asks Rox why he's looking for his father. And that's when it happens. We learn that Xebec is a swordsman, but not just any swordsman. His swordsmanship is hyped directly by the narrator. His slashes can unleash massive shockwaves. Yeah, you remember that mountain that Rock sliced in half last chapter? That wasn't a devil fruit, that was just one swing of his blade. In Elbaf, the land of giants, that's the level of insanity we're dealing with. Then we cut to a flashback. Rock's during the Reverie. 8 years ago, 56 years ago in the timeline. He kidnapped 5 kings during the Reverie. Alone. We see that he also met Imu. He made it all the way to the Room of Flowers. There he looked Imu dead in the eye and said, "I'll be back." He also told Imu that he was a fan of Davy Jones. So, who is Davy Jones? In the One Piece fandom, many theorize that Davy Jones is actually Joy Boy, the first pirate in history. Oda once addressed this in SBS Volume 38, where a fan asked about the legend of Davy Jones and the Davy Back fight. Oda answers, well, to be clear, Davy Back doesn't exist in any legend. Davy Back fight is a game that exists only in the world of One Piece. But the Davy Jones locker that Robin mentions in Volume 33 is a well-known legend among sailors in real life. There are several different accounts, but in general, there was a lying, no-good pirate named Davy Jones, a greedy deck chief, who was famous for putting all the crew's valuables in his own locker. He was so wicked, even for a pirate, that one day the devil himself cursed Davy to live at the bottom of the sea forever, swabbing the deck of a sunken ship and placing all the sunken treasure into his locker, where it would never be seen again. So when pirates say, "Put him in Davy Jones' locker," it means sink him to the bottom of the sea. Oda even drew a sketch of Davy Jones in SBS Volume 38. Back to the flashback. When Rox met Imu, we also saw Gunko, who is the servant that serves Imu directly. This confirms that Gunko is over, 56 years old, and like the Gorosei, does not age. It's very likely that the servant we've seen serving Imu today is Gunko. The moment when Xebec met both Imu and Gunko inside Flower Chamber, he was sitting relaxing next to them whilst he declared war. After confronting Imu, Rox clashes with Harald in Marygeoise. The Haki was so overwhelming that it spread like Roger vs. Whitebeard. People were knocked out instantly. Harald vs. Rox was a straight-up monster fight. Yes, Harald used Advanced Conqueror's Haki, and it was insane. The reason they clashed? Rox was trying to kidnap another king, one who had brought Harald as a bodyguard. Harald stepped in to protect the man who gave him a chance at diplomacy. Xebec then destroyed the Justice Gate once and also stole a ship with money from the 10 Ryubitos. For summarizing, what did Rox do that day? Kidnapped 5 kings, declared war on the world government, met Imu and promised to return, defeated and killed a Marine Admiral, fought Harald, destroyed the Justice Gate, stole a ship loaded with 10 Ryubito gold and supplies, all in the same day, alone. This man isn't just legendary, he's the Robas and the world fears pirates. After the Reverie, Rox entered the Davy-back fight and expanded his crew. We now know the 6 members of the Rox pirates who appeared in Elbaf: Edward Newgate, Whitebeard, Golden Lion Shiki, Buckingham Stussy, West Sea Gang leader Marlin, pirate cult leader Wang Ji, Slugger pirate Ganzui. Marlin is said to have a gangster vibe, likely inspired by Marlon Brando, aka The Godfather. More info from Read and About. The characters from Rox. Pirates, we see them, fully with their full design, no silhouettes. And in response to being asked if Marlon, gangster guy, is Beggar's father, well, it is very possible because they have a certain resemblance, although Begg was born 42 years ago, and the part where Marlon appears in this chapter is 48 years ago. And if it's not his father, it will be someone important to the big 5 families of the West who control the underworld of the West Blue. Years later, Rox took control of Pirate Island. From Loki's flashback in chapter 1145, we know what comes next. Loki idolizes Roxy Xebec after being rejected from joining the Rox. Pirates, because Rox came. Looking for Harald, not some brat, Loki challenged Rox to a fight. And he lost, brutally. Rox stabbed him with a blade, ending the fight without mercy. So let's be clear, Rox Xebec isn't just strong. He's a force of nature. He walked into Marygeoise, met Imu, killed an admiral, destroyed the Justice Gate, and walked away. He didn't just challenge the world government, he humiliated them. No devil fruit shown yet, no army, just him. This man is One Piece's true wild card. And chapter 1155 proves it. But of course, with every peak chapter comes a drop. One Piece will be on break next week, according to PewPiece. Chapter 1155 drops this week. Next week, break. Then 1156 drops, followed by another break. Weekly Shonen Jumps break. Then 1157 drops. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough month for fans. If you enjoyed this full breakdown of One Piece, 1155, and want more spoiler-packed lore, backstory reveals, and final saga madness, hit that like button, subscribe to Super Synth D Studio, and turn on notifications. We've got more theories, more leaks, and more hype coming your way. See you in the next one.